Welcome to the Regula Young Group Seller Series. In this episode, Stacy and I will be talking about how to prepare for possession day. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm excited for this episode.
Yeah. Um, so when you're prepping your sellers for getting ready for possession day, what are you telling them?
Um, well, typically I start with the big question of when is the lawyer going to reach out. Um, every lawyer is different, and they're going to set up a meeting with you. Typically, they'll email you with a list of expectations, requirements, like insurance, and all that. And it's typically like within 2 weeks of possession. So don't panic when you don't hear from them 3 months before possession.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And what else? What do you tell them?
Well, besides that, we like to talk about making sure that they're uh, have everything out the day before possession and the cleaning expectations and
Yes.
like condition of how we expect it to be left. So when I'm going over that, I like to talk about, you can see I have pictures all over my walls, and most people do. And if they're just like tiny little picture,
Nipples.
picture nails or whatever, you're fine leaving those. But when you have like a TV mount and you're taking that down, those are usually like a great big bolt or something, right? Like, so anything that's bigger than a picture nail, you want to patch that and paint it.
What
Uh,
happens if they can't match the paint? What do you tell them?
um, then we have a discussion with the buyers. Uh, like, do we want to just leave it patched, or like some buyers want you to actually like take a piece of the drywall in and get it matched. So I've been lucky that I haven't had anyone say that. Most people are like, oh, we're going to paint anyway, so
Yeah.
let us leave it patched. But the expectation that buyers can have is that it's supposed to be left in reasonable condition, which
Yeah.
is not patched.
Think how you would want a place when you move in, right?
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
but the TV mount is a good one. I always have a conversation with sellers um, beforehand, like when we're doing the offer, like, is the TV mount something you need to take with you? You know, it might be less work for you if you leave it. And then also let's talk to the buyer's agent and make sure the buyers want the TV mount
Yeah.
and understand that if you take it out, like, not to
Yeah.
be whatever, but not all sellers might not do a good job painting and patching. So the buyer might just also say like, hey, don't do it because then you're just redoing it. So
Exactly. Yeah, I have that conversation with my buyers as well. If we're
yeah.
if we're asking them to match the paint, we don't know how well it's going to get matched, even if we've taken a piece of the drywall. So now you're going to have all these slightly mismatched
Yeah.
spots all over your wall. And I find even when you paint a patch, even if it's matched paint, even if it's the exact same bucket, it never looks right. So like I know when I'm talking to my buyers about it, I'm like, just plan to paint. If there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff on the walls, just plan to paint.
But the
If they're
sellers, yeah, they
yeah,
should leave it, plan to leave it in good condition, but have a conversation with us about it.
exactly.
And then, yeah, as far as cleaning goes, like I think it's important to, um, you don't have to do like this major, you know, deep clean of every nook and cranny, but like the house should be generally clean
Yes. It's supposed to be in the same condition that it was seen at showings.
or better.
So sorry?
Or better.
Or better, right?
Yeah.
But I say it like that because we tend to show the house in its best condition, right? So if you showed it in its best condition, then that's the condition it should be in when the buyers walk in. Now, that being said, I've also had sellers pay someone to clean the house, and the buyers like clean is subjective, right? So then the buyers came in and were like upset that it was left in poor condition, that it was a disaster. And so taking pictures, you have your pictures from MLS, you know the condition that it was shown in, and then taking pictures when you're leaving. If they were to take you to small claims court, you have proof that that is the condition you showed it in, that's the condition you left
Well,
it
and you
in.
can provide the receipt too from the cleaner.
from the cleaner. Exactly. And like everyone lives differently. And yeah, there was a lot of cat hair in that house, but there was a lot of cat hair in the house when the showings happened, right? Like, so, the cleaner did the best she could in the 3 hours that she had, right?
So they're going to want to wait for their lawyer phone call or email to set up the meeting. They're going to want to clean the house.
Yeah.
And then meter readings, I guess, depending where you are.
I always recommend pictures of the meter readings because
pictures.
if there's a discrepancy, proof
your
is
last
everything.
time house, right? Like, you don't want to do it 3 weeks before.
No, it has to be the last visit to the house.
Yeah.
And take
water
pictures.
meter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure that you forward your mail. There's nothing more frustrating to a buyer than having to collect all your mail. I'll tell my buyers, we'll call them the sellers once, and tell them about their mail. But after that, return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. We're not here to be shuffling mail around.
No.
That's not part of my job description. I don't mind going out of the way for people once, or for the odd thing that gets, like sometimes Canada Post stuff doesn't get, Revenue Canada stuff doesn't get forwarded. But it is not fun for me to have to go all the way to Enola to pick something up every 2 weeks because you didn't pay for mail forwarding. So pay for mail forwarding. It's not that expensive.
And the other thing you got to make sure you pay before you leave is your water bill. So
yes, and now that's actually part of the offer.
Yeah.
That was
my thought there. And then start changing your address, right? So
start changing your address, but also do the mail forward, even if it's only for 6 months, as long as you're like on top of that mail forwarding. Changing of address, 6 months should be enough. But that being said, depending on the time of year, like tax stuff only comes once a year. Revenue Canada stuff only comes once a year. You're best to make sure that when you're thinking about how long do I need mail forwarding, that it's going to cover that season, because there's nothing worse than your pension T4, I don't remember what form that is, coming to the wrong address because it holds up doing your taxes. And not all buyers check their mail on a consistent basis. So you might be 2-3 weeks before they've checked their mail and they realize they even have it. So it's just best to have that mail forwarding done, and then work on getting those addresses changed.
And then go ahead.
I was going to say, what are some commonly forgotten last minute tasks, but I think we covered all of them. Meters, mail, changing it. Make sure you change your ID address to like your
because the MPI, if you get in an accident, you might not be covered if you don't change your address within a very short period of time.
Or there could be like repercussions too. Like you can even get a fine if you haven't changed your address. And if you are moving from the city to the country, make sure that you're adding on commuter, because there is repercussions also for that if you got into an accident, didn't have commuter, and you are commuting.
So. And then as far as right before possession, you are going to give keys to the lawyer, unless we're taking care of the keys, but that conversation will be had. And then, I actually have sellers always ask me, like, how do I pay you? So it is a valid question. We don't really ever talk about it. So the lawyers will take it out of the sale proceeds before they give you the proceeds of the sale. So the commission and then the lawyer fees are deducted as well. And property taxes owing. What else do they take off of there?
Water bill, if there is no
water bill,
balance.
Property taxes, commission, lawyer fee,
and
then
they
sellers
usually keep a little buffer in case something comes through, and then disperse everything.
Give it back to you after.
Yeah.
So that's not something you have to worry about, and I think that's pretty much
all of it. I did think of one other thing regarding condition. It's really important to leave only what is in the offer.
Yeah.
So when you're leaving the house, like you might be like, oh, I'm going to leave them the TV or the couch or whatever. If it wasn't in the offer and we haven't had a discussion about it with the buyer, you cannot leave it. You can't decide to leave the freezer at the last minute.
Talk
without
to us
talking
about
to
it. If you're really wanting to leave it, and we can see
yeah,
if
and
they're
we
up
can
for
talk
it.
to
But
the
if they don't
buyer.
want it, you have to get rid of it. So
That's right. Exactly. We can't just leave. It doesn't matter if we think it's all good stuff and not garbage. To the buyer, it might just be garbage.
yes, and if you're in a predicament where you have a lot of stuff to get rid of, um, no, there is auction company that I work with in the city, and they do rural as well, and they will come in. They'll actually clean the house too. They'll do whatever you need them to do. So they'll
Yeah.
take all your
There's
belongings
lots of
that you want
services
to
for
sell.
that.
They'll clean up the house, and then they'll sell everything online, and then they'll give you a check, and they take about 15%. So um, I've used this before with clients, and they've loved the service. So
That's awesome.
helpful.
Thanks for sharing about that.
No problem.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. And thank you. Listen to the buyer series.